What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, currently, newly crowned, unified, welterweight, world champion, superstar boxer, Errol the Truth Spence Jr. has called out unified, super welterweight world champion, Julian J-Rock Williams, who defeated Swift Jarrett Hurd to become unified. Errol Spence just recently defeated two-time welterweight world champion and at the time current WBC world champion Showtime Shawn Porter this Saturday in an instant classic. That's sure Errol Spence have to dig deep and win the championship rounds to separate himself to be victorious in that fight, and he won via split decision. Now, Errol Spence said that if he can't get the Pacquiao fight, if he can't get the Terence Crawford fight, then he's going to move up to 54, super welterweight, junior middleweight, and he wants to take on Julian J-Rock Williams, who defeated Swift Jarrett Hurd in an instant classic itself. Errol Spence has been talking about moving up to the 54-pound division for quite some time. He recently stated that, he didn't use strength and conditioning for this camp, and it's absolutely ridiculous of him to have to lose 25 pounds to get in shape for his fights at welterweight. He says that it takes away from his performance. He says in between fights, he's going to stay more locked in, more focused, so that way he doesn't have weight loss camps, and he could just have camps focusing on strategy and game plans for his opponents. I believe that Errol Spence, without notice, meaning that we don't see it on the scales, because he always makes weight, I believe that Errol Spence is having trouble making weight at the welterweight division. At the very least, we know he's not staying disciplined enough to stay in and around that weight, so he doesn't have to have weight loss camps to get in that weight, as he admitted, right? And it's taking a toll on him. I believe he feels like the extra 7 pounds, would benefit him, right? As he stated, that he wanted to go to 54. That's going to give him a 7-pound cushion, right? And for some time, we've heard Errol Spence mention this, that he was going to go to that division. So I think the reason being for that is that, he won't have to lose 25 pounds, right? He will have to lose 18 pounds, right? And so that's the reason why I believe Errol Spence has been eyeing that 54-pound division. But my thing is this. If Errol Spence is eyeing that 54-pound division for cushion in between fights, that's not a good sign. That's not a sign of a disciplined man, right? Because you're saying to yourself, man, if I could go to 54, I don't have to, lose this weight. I could stay lazy in between fights. I could stay undisciplined in between fights and not have to lose so much weight. The problem with that is he's gonna meet his match when you move up there, because you're dealing with very, very big guys. You're dealing with very, very big guys. Now, Errol Spence looked bigger than Shawn Porter. Obviously, he was bigger, but he didn't look that much bigger when they were in the ring, right? Because I said that Errol Spence is a natural welterweight, throwback welterweight. Today's time, no, he's not. Because you have a lot of ballooned up 140, 135 pounds that's campaigning at the 147-pound division due to the fact that that's the money division. It's the glamour division. Shawn Porter should be a 40-pound fighter. His frame don't allow it. But if you see him against Ugas, you see him against Errol Spence, you see him next to Terence Crawford, he's a small guy. Manny Pacquiao, obviously, we know he's a little guy. Now we get Mikey Garcia. He's a little guy. You understand what I'm saying? Terence Crawford was undisputed at 140. Danny Garcia was unified at 140. You understand? Now they campaign at 47 because 47 is the glamour division. It's the money division. So everybody wants to campaign there. But Errol Spence is going to be, in my opinion, is going to run into trouble trying to campaign at 154. I think he's going to have a hard time there. And I know a lot of people feel like, well, he's a true 54-pounder. Watch when you see him next to true 54-pounders. Look at his sparring matches with Jermell Charlo. Look at the size difference between Jermell Charlo and Errol Spence. There's a size difference. Right? And we've seen Errol Spence be able to be backed up. We've seen Errol Spence is freezes. He was backed up by Sean Porter, who's a much smaller guy. At times in the Mikey Garcia fight, you've seen him backed up by Mikey Garcia. So if he could get backed up by Mikey Garcia and Sean Porter, what do you think is going to happen when he steps in the ring with Julian J. Rock Williams, a swift Jarrett Hurd? Tony Harrison, right? Arislandi Lara. Those guys are very big. They'll be able to back him up. We've seen Arislandi Lara call out Errol Spence as well because now he's the face of boxing. He's on his way to becoming the face of boxing. He had another successful pay-per-view, 300 plus 350,000 pay-per-view buys. Right? So now he's becoming the face of boxing. He's transitioning into the face of boxing. That's what he's doing. And so, of course, you're going to get guys that call him out. It's just like we used to get guys calling out Floyd Mayweather. Demetrius Andre used to call out Floyd Mayweather. Arislandi Lara used to call out Floyd Mayweather. Because of the money. The money man. That's what they are. And so now, of course he's going to be called out. But Errol Spence, this is my message to Errol Spence. Don't let lack of discipline force you to make decisions, irrational decisions, to jump to 54. So that way, you don't have to lose that much weight. If you could make the 40, if you was disciplined, you can make 40. You're undisciplined and you're making 47. So if you stayed disciplined in between fights, you wouldn't have a problem making 147. So don't let the lack of discipline, don't let celebration remove you from your destiny. Because your destiny is to clean out 47. Stay disciplined. Stay on point in between fights. If you can make 47, that's a skill in itself. If you hover around 15 pounds, no more than 15 pounds above the 47-pound weight limit, you'll be fine. 15 pounds is a lot of weight. 15 pounds is a lot of weight to gain in a short period of time. So once you hit that 15-pound mark, get your road work in. Right? Hover around that. Keep it there. Watch your diet. Get a nutritionist. Use a strength and condition coach. Right? Don't let being undisciplined and celebrations, you out celebrating, you out drinking, you out hanging out, you saying to yourself, man, I got to lose all this weight? Man, I might as well just go to 54, campaign there. No, man. You're going to run into a big problem at 54. I believe Errol Spence will run into a big problem against Julian J. Rock Williams. That's a very, very tough fight. Julian J. Rock Williams is very, very strong. Those 54-pounders are going to be stronger than Errol Spence. Although I know he's thinking that I'm going to be 7 pounds, I'm going to be stronger, Guess what? When you move up to 54, yeah, you're going to be stronger. But now you're dealing with guys that's truly, just like people say that you're fighting a weight class below your natural weight class, they are too. Keep that in mind. They are too. As easy as you could move up to 54, as easy as they could move up to 60, even 68. even 68. We seen Jamal Charlo just move up to 60. And he's even talking about moving up to 68. Demetrius Andrade easily moved up to 60. No problem. No problem. Canelo Alvarez going to 75. Because they carry that weight different. They different from you. That's not party weight. That's not celebration. That's not undisciplined weight that they carrying. That's a bigger frame that they carrying. You understand? Canelo Alvarez is not out partying and drinking. He don't drink and smoke. Canelo Alvarez don't do that. Demetrius Andrade doesn't do that. Maybe occasionally. Jamal Charlo, maybe occasionally. Right? Billy Joe Saunders. These dudes are big. So your advantages at 47, you're not going to have at 54. Because just like people say you're fighting a weight class below yours, they fighting a weight class below theirs. So don't let undisciplinedness garner you to make irrational decisions. Get disciplined. Hire a nutritionist. Hire a strength and condition coach. Hire them to keep you on pace. That's what you need to do. Clean out the division, then move up there. That's a whole different ball game up there at 54. Whole different ball game. You talking about dudes ballooning back up to 170 and carrying it good. Carrying it great. Feeling great. Get the body moving. They feeling great. That's a different ball game, man. Don't think you're going to go up there and your body work, your body attack. Yeah, you're going to have success up there. You're going to have success up there, but your advantages at 147 ain't going to be your advantages at 154. Actually, it's going to be a disadvantage to you, and it's going to be an advantage to them. Because being flat-footed and being defensive and going to high guards against Julian J. Rock Williams, Julian J. Rock Williams has a high ring IQ. He's a dog, Julian J. Rock Williams. So you thought Sean Porter was a dog? You thought Sean Porter was a dog? Those body attacks and those punches and that onslaught Julian J. Rock Williams overcame against Swift Jarrett Hurd. You thought Sean Porter was a dog? See, I believe it's overstated the knockout victory Jamal Charlo had over Julian J. Rock Williams. And I'm not taking anything away from Jamal Charlo. But people fail to realize the wars within the battle. There's always wars within the battle. Battles within the war. Right? And people forget, all they see is the ending. They forget that Julian J. Rock Williams was having success in that fight. And Jamal Charlo caught him with a beautiful combination. Boop, bop, bop. He caught it. Boop, bop. Beautiful. But Jamal Charlo's a dog. Jamal Charlo ain't nothing to sneeze at. He's a dog, Jamal Charlo. And you ever look at Jamal Charlo next to Jamel Charlo? Jamal fights at 160. Jamel fights at 54. Jamel is who Errol Spence spars with and trains with. And I'm sure he probably sparred with Jamal as well. But you ever seen Jamel and Jamal next to each other? Although they're twins, there's an obvious size difference. Jamal is obviously bigger than Jamel. And then you look at Errol Spence next to Jamel, and Jamel is bigger than Errol. So that means that Jamal is just that much bigger than Errol Spence. Because Jamal is actually bigger than Jamel. Yeah, they're twins, identical. But look at them next to each other. Jamal is clearly a bigger man, a bigger frame. That's why he campaigns at 160 easy. So this is who Julian J. Rock Williams fought. He didn't fight Jamel. He fought Jamal, who's a dog. They both dogs. They both dogs. But you seen that onslaught that Julian J-Rock Williams took from Swift Jarrett Hurd? That fight was a classic. It was a classic. Just as much as J-Rock gave it out, he was receiving it. But he took it like a dog. He didn't falter. He didn't flinch. He dropped Jarrett Hurd. Boop, bop, boop, boop. His inside game was nuts in that fight. His pivot game. So you think that Errol just going to go up there? Errol was struggling with Sean Porter's aggression. Imagine a bigger man with more power. J-Rock got power, baby. And he got a high ring IQ. And he's accurate. And I'm not saying that Errol don't have no chance. But what I'm saying is, stay on your square, bro. Stay on your square. Clean out the welterweight division. Then move up. Don't let being undisciplined and celebrating force you to have to move up to a whole nother weight class. Lock in. Lock in. Take your time. Take your time. Don't go up there with J-Rock yet. No, it's not necessary. That boy is a reason Swift Jarrett Hurd decided he needed more time before going in there with J-Rock again. There's a reason for that. It's a reason for that, man. There's a reason for that. There's an obvious size difference. The advantages Errol has at welterweight, he won't have at super welterweight. He ain't going to have those advantages. He going to be stronger because he going to be able to eat more. Yeah, but J-Rock is going to be just as strong. He going to be stronger because he's campaigning the weight class below his. And he going to balloon back up. And he's a dog. So while Errol have the lapses, like going to the body and leaving himself open, what you think J-Rock Williams going to do? What you think he's going to do? Now, see, against a guy like Erislandy Lara, I give Errol more of a chance. And I'm not saying he can't beat J-Rock Williams. But I give him more of a chance to beat the Erislandy Lara because Erislandy Lara is a boxer. He could pressure him. Force him to make mistakes. You've been in camp with him. I'm sure you sparred him as well. And Lara's on the downslide. J-Rock is a different animal, man. So, I think that Errol needs to get disciplined, get a nutritionist, focus, lock in, and campaign at that welterweight division. Make it happen. Clean out division, then you move up to 54. Then you move up to 54. Those are different types of animals, man. And the advantages that you have, being flat-footed, you know, yeah, he got body attack, but he's flat-footed with a high guard. Man, y'all better ask somebody, man. It's different up there, man. So take your time, grow into that, garner more experience. Fight Terence Crawford, get more experience. Fight Danny Garcia, get more experience under your belt. Then you go up there and you've seen different styles and so on and so forth. Then you can do it. That's just my opinion. I just don't believe Errol is ready to go up there with those 54-pounders, man. Because the advantages, like I stated, I can't mention this enough. I can't state it enough. The advantages that he has at 47, he won't have at 54. Just won't have it. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, or one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shouts out to the entire LDBC. Shouts out to New Media. Shouts out to Black Media Raw. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.